Why is it doing that? All right, well, let's try it like this. So I think I'm live. I think this is going to be the first of its kind live stream here. I think I am breaking all sorts of boundaries and records. So I'm gonna wait for some people to get on. Try to reposition this camera. I had it perfect, and then for some reason, as soon as I decided to go live, YouTube, or the live streaming feature, required that I reorient my camera position, so I couldn't do it the way I normally do it. I have to do it vertically now, so whatever. But as you can see, I am in a tent. This is nuts. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get the live chat up here. That is like a key thing. Why doesn't the live chat should just come up. Start a poll. No, I don't want to do that. Chat filter, community moderation. No. Well, if somebody can see me, somebody make a comment. I'll see if it pops up. See if we can get a chat going here. Oh, LT Outdoorsman, there you are. That's awesome. Okay, good. I got the chat up. All right, Hardway Alaska, see you 5x5. Cat Quest, hello. David Trent, 5x5. Look, see, it doesn't matter. I can do a live stream whenever. There's always gonna be preppers awake. 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night. Awesome. The video and audio is great. That's crazy because I'm like up in the mountains. I wasn't sure if this was gonna work or not. So that's awesome. I'm just streaming on pure data right now. I am a little closer to our tower, so maybe that's why it's working so well. But that's shocking that it's coming in. Anyways, you guys, I'm like just wrapping up a video. Actually, I started I'm not even sure what I'm ready to title it yet, but it's basically I'm reviewing some new Bugout gear, and one of the things I'm reviewing is this tent that I'm inside of. So it's a one-man tent, but it's really cool. The video is going to be good, and I'm also going through a lot of different new survival gear that I've added to my Bugout bag. So that's what the video is going to be. I'm going to get out of the sleeping bag. The sleeping bag is also one of the things new products that I received, and that thing is hot. I just got in it like 10 minutes ago. I'm like starting to sweat here, but anyways, you guys, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I think we have a storm brewing outside. So I think we might get some intense rain here. So hopefully it does start storming. And hopefully this tent is as waterproof as it says it is. Otherwise, I'm going to get soaked, and so is all my equipment. But anyways, as you can see, this is just like a one-man tent. It's called the Outback. What is it called? Outback Bivouac? Outback something bushcraft shelter. So it's pretty cool. It's basically kind of like a lean-to. I got this screen netting right here. This mesh netting keeps the mosquitoes out, but right now it's actually kind of warm here, so it's not too bad. But it has plenty of airflow, and this whole door area opens up, so it gives me like a really nice visual of everything that's outside and around me. But because we have a storm brewing, I don't think I'm going to be visited by too many creatures tonight. Just you guys. All right, catch up on the chat here. Adri Tierra, hey. Jose Estrella, very nice. LT Outdoorsman. This is way, this is a cool way to live stream. It is. It's not very comfortable, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Marcia Bostetter, thumbs up if you forgot. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Cage. Get Jitsu. Hello from Georgia. Marcia, where in Idaho are you? I'm in Kootenai County. Oh, you're from Olympia, Washington. Is it It's Marcia. I should be saying, or Marcia. I don't know. David Wright, how's it going today from Northern British Columbia? How you doing? How is the video quality better on a mountaintop? It's good. I mean, I'm actually I'm actually getting better streaming out here than I do at my house, because at our house we have to rely on Wi-Fi, and our Wi-Fi is sketch. So, and it's weird. I don't know what it is with, like, I don't know if this is like exclusive to Apple products, but if I have like Wi-Fi available and I try to switch over to data, the data doesn't perform very well. So it kind of like forces me to use whatever crappy Wi-Fi I have available. But if I'm in a zone where there is no Wi-Fi and I have to use the data, then the data works great. So I don't know what that's all about. Marcia, I'm looking to move near Twin Falls. If some of my family just moved there, and I have visited a couple times. Cool. William Kavanaugh, ahoy from Dallas, Fort Worth area. Hey, how's it going? Very cool. I got 26 people viewing, 11 thumbs up. So, hey, half of my audience is thumbs upping the video. I guess that's good enough. But yeah, again, I just wanted to see if this would work. I guess it would work. I'm not really prepared to do a live stream. I was actually just more anxious to see if I could pull it off and, hopefully be the first to have a live stream from a bug out tent. So it's really cool. This tent is made by One Tigress, and so is the sleeping bag. And my bug out bag is outside. I pretty much it started to storm outside. It's kind of been sprinkling on and off all day. So I've just been in and out, moving gear around, but I finally just finished the last scene of the video. Well, almost the last scene of the video, about 20 minutes ago, right before it started to rain, but just finished my meal. And, yep, it's a little tight. This could be a little taller. There's not very much head clearance in this tent, but it's not too bad. It's an ultralight backpacker's tent, basically. So it doesn't come with poles. It just comes with guidelines and stakes, like aluminum stakes. So it's really light. The whole tent only weighs about 3 pounds max. So pretty much the same weight as my tarp shelter, which is what I was using, but it takes up a little bit more room in my bug out bag, and so that's kind of the compromise. I've added this tent in place of my tarp, and so I had to kind of extract a few things from my bag, which wasn't a big deal because I was switching stuff out from my winter bag to my spring and summer bag, and so I deducted some pretty heavy things anyways, just to accommodate. So far so good. It's actually, my bug out bag's pretty much the same weight with this tent, and I have everything I need. I still have pretty much everything I need, so it's working out pretty good. Yeah, kind of. I don't know how I feel about it raining because I was kind of looking forward to seeing what sort of critters would come by my tent at night. Um, so, oh well, we'll see. We'll see what happens because right now it's storming, so all the wildlife has just disappeared. There was an owl like hooting out there a minute ago, and then as soon as the winds kicked up, he stopped his chatter. And then it was like a big buck that was out here a little earlier today, like snorting, and he's gone. So we'll see what happens. It'll be cool if the coyotes come out, but I don't think they will if it's storming like this. All right, catch up on the chat here. LT Outdoorsman, dude, I got a bear tag this year. Can't wait to make a bear hunt video. That's cool. Probably not too many people hunting there in California. I know those California bears they need to be hunted. They just get a little too they're just getting a little too arrogant out there. I remember being out there and those California bears would just walk right up to you, right through your camp, looking for your Doritos. Cat Quest, it's working pretty cool. Hardway, Alaska, how long are you staying out there? I'm just staying out here tonight. I've already been out here like 2 days just trying to make this video because I've been having kind of issues getting this video completed. But yeah, the first night, I actually didn't record it because I'm just trying to kind of make one continuous video. But the first night I was out here, I don't know if it was like a mountain lion or a bobcat or what, but something came along my tent and sprayed me. I woke up and there's like water on the tent or like my sleeping bag because I didn't even have the mesh up. I was just slept with this all opened up. And so, yeah, I don't know if it was like a mountain lion or a bobcat or I don't know what other animals spray urine, but something came by my tent while I was asleep and sprayed me. So I had to clean all that up. Johnny Nixon, hello, brother, Idahoan. Question, how long does non-ethanol fuel stored in military-grade 10-gallon gas cans with stable added last? Is that what you're asking? I have no idea. That sounds like a technical question. How long does non-ethanol fuel stored in, so like, I don't know. I don't even own a military grade gas can. I just have plastic cans. Sorry. Adrian Maria? Chen, you say for me happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Adrian. Andrian. Johnny Nixon, how long will the fuel last? I don't know. Sorry, buddy. Hardway, Alaska, bear bait season and this Sunday, but can stalk hunt all year long. Huh. Yeah, I don't know too much about bear season other than it's like the only thing you can hunt during the spring and summer, it seems. And that's something I need to check because I don't like it would have been nice to like set some snares. I don't even think you can go after squirrels right now. Or much of anything. I think the only thing you're really allowed to hunt in the spring and summer is bear, as far as I know. I mean, you can hunt like varmints, like coyote and stuff, but no game. Johnny Nixon, what in your opinion is the best fly for fly fishing? The Boise from the south. I don't know, man. I'm not a fly fisherman. I tried to get into it, but it was just a little too sophisticated of a hobby for me. I bought a fly pole like when I was 19. How was I 19? Yeah, I was 18, 19. I bought a Reddington because I was really going to get into fly fishing. I was living up in Quincy, California. I was going to Feather River College and I was studying mammalogy, and I had a course in fish hatchery, and I was, my dream back then was I was going to become a fish and game warden, so I was all about it. And then I was doing a fly fishing trip, and I had my Reddington rod and like my Orvis, like no nice Orvis reel, and all my flies, like all my fishing gear and a bunch of other stuff, and somebody just robbed it, like ripped it all off out of my truck. And I was like devastated because that fly rod at the time was like $750, which was insane. I mean, especially then. This is like in 1996. So yeah, that sucked. And I was like, well, that's it. And then I didn't buy a fly rod for like 5 more years. And I don't know. I just never really got into it. But I'll tell you this: as far as fishing goes, I'll give you one little tip here, and this is a secret tip. If you want to catch big fish, um, you can really just put all those fly fishermen to shame. Go to the St. Joe or pretty much any river in Idaho and just cast out a spoon in the like late summer, early fall, and you'll like just nail them on a big fat spoon, like old school spoon. You'll be shocked. So yeah, I was like killing them last year on spoons. So there's my fishing advice for you. Ian, are you getting that thunderstorm yet from Eastern Washington? Very stormy. Yeah, it's starting up. I was just talking about it. The winds just started kicking up, so it's coming and going. We've had sprinkling on and off. Fantastic, Mr. Fox. Big cat spray. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Can you hunt on your land? Yeah, I can hunt on my land, but I'm still subject to, the laws and regulations. The only time you can hunt certain things, and I don't know, I only know this is true for turkey. I haven't looked into other animals, but you can get what's called a deprivation permit, and you can hunt pretty much anything that's destroying your land. So if you have, livestock, or you have like a farm or something, and turkeys or hogs are coming on your land and rooting it up and destroying it, you can get a permit to shoot whatever's on your land. It's called a deprivation permit, and it's just, meant to basically deter animals from ruining your land. Fantastic, Mr. Fox. Hello from Caldwell, Idaho. Hello. Rob Outdoors. What's your ideal make, model vehicle for a survival situation? Well, it depends. If it's just me and one other person, I probably just have like an 86 like Toyota, you know, something like that. Uh, yeah, Toyota truck, old school with like a straight axle. I think those are hard to beat. But if you have a family like I do, you're going to be in a bigger vehicle. So I don't know. I think like my wife's Chevy Tahoe is pretty good. We can fit the whole family in there, and that thing is just die hard. It's super reliable, and I just have like a leveler kit on there, and I just put on some new BFGs on there. Have it all serviced, change the spark plug. So it's like a really good running, reliable, strong family wagon. So as far as a family goes, I'd say like a Tahoe, and they're good on gas too. So you can, go really far. I know a lot of people, they're getting like I see a lot of people up here get the old school Ford, what are those called? Somebody remind me in the chat. It might come to me, but I like the Chevy Tahoes for family, but if you're just bugging out you and maybe one other person, then a Toyota pickup for sure. Oh, let's see, where are we here? Shaner, if a person is smart, anyone can hunt all year long for any small or big game. Grounded dad, grounded dad. I'm a diehard 45 1911 fan, decades long. Just bought my first double stack 1911 in 9mm. Love this thing. Your thoughts? I don't own a 1911, but one of my best friends owns 1911, and he swears by it. It's pretty much his number one, his EDC. I couldn't I couldn't really tell you much about that pistol. Admin. Good morning from South Africa. Good morning. Rob Outdoors. I was thinking 90s Forerunner. Those are good too. Pretty much any Toyota four-wheel drive is going to be a good vehicle. Troubled Bearstetter Ford tractor. There you go. If you don't have to go anywhere in a hurry. A tank. Just get a tank. If fuel isn't an option and speed isn't an option. Hardway, Alaska. Rob Outdoors. Look for Toyota 22R motor. Yeah. Johnny Nixon, do you have any recommendations on a portable ice maker? And agreed. The spoon, well, yeah, it does. No. Portable ice maker. No. I know some company was like, some company reached out and wanted me to sell a portable like a portable electric ice chest. Didn't create the ice, but it was like basically, like an ice chest that just keeps everything cool and you don't need ice. Cooler. Is that what you call it? But you guys would be surprised. I would say 90% of the companies that approach me, I turn down. I rarely take stuff on. One, because a lot of these companies I really don't like working with. They're super pushy, and it doesn't feel good. If a lot of times I just don't want to try to sell something that I'm not familiar with. And a lot of these companies, they just push you to push a product. And so I'm thinking like, gosh, what if it turns out like the product's crap, and then I'm stuck with it. And so there was only like one time where I kind of went into a contract with a company to sell something, and it was just a miserable experience, and I was like, I'll never do that again. But if people want to send me stuff, and I know, I think it's something that I would really be interested in, and I know it's a good product and I can stand behind it, and it's something that that I can genuinely stand behind and show to my audience, then I'll do it. But most of it's just kind of gimmicky stuff that's just not me. But it's like tempting because it's high dollar items. I think the last thing I got, and I'm like, gosh, I really love to have this thing, but it doesn't fit my channel. And I was trying to think of a way to like make sense of it, but it was it was like a barbecue, one of those ceramic barbecues, like the golf ball barbecues, like really nice. I think it was like an electric one too, propane or something. So it was pretty cool, but I ended up turning that down. I was like, there's just no way I can pitch that like with any level of integrity, you know, and be able to look at myself the next day. So yeah, normally I'll just, when people want to reach out and want to send me like a really nice flashlight, I'll do something like that. Like the flashlight that I'm actually using right now and I really like. I haven't done a video on it yet, but this is the Wubin. It's like I forget what it's called, but it's a tactical flashlight, and it comes with this glass breaker. I pulled it off, but there's like a little glass breaker that you can hook on here, and your fingers will go into it and you can, you know, hit glass. But this is really just a tactical flashlight. It's totally waterproof. The design on it's really cool, and it's really high lumen. It's got the crenulated bezel there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got really nice colors, and it's got a lot of different, just kind of more like defensive type features. So you can kind of click it on and off, and then you can click it fully on and it stays on. And then I think, I don't know, there's a lock or whatever, but yeah, I always like doing like little reviews like this. It's just kind of small price ticket items, but I think this flashlight's like $80. So Lubin is like one of those companies when they started out, and I actually started buying their products before I even had a YouTube channel. So I was pretty familiar with them because they just made really good high grade rechargeable flashlights for super cheap. So the first one I had was the T50, and I think you could get that one for like $29, but it was like it's like a 1200 lumen rechargeable flashlight, and it's really good. I think I bought like 7 of them. I like bought them for my whole family for Christmas gifts and things, but they're just a really good, durable, relatively waterproof, high lumen flashlight. And then since then, Woobin's been sending me out a bunch of things. So they sent me out the Owl flashlight, which is in here somewhere. Got to take the strobe feature off of here. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. Oh, I get it out. So this is the Woobin X3 Owl. And what I like about this flashlight, and it was basically originally I got it as like an EDC flashlight. And that's what it is essentially. It's an EDC flashlight because it's really lightweight and small and compact, and you can keep it, you know, in your pocket. And it's just got all these different features where it's got magnets right here, and so you can stick it up to anything metal, you know, work on your car or whatever. And then it's got a clip right here, so you can clip it on your hat and like kind of be like almost like a, you know, just whatever, like a headlamp. But then like the coolest feature is it's got this rotating head, so you can move the head like that and it can be like a forward facing flashlight, or you can move the head 180 degrees back and it's like a little right angled flashlight. And then it's got a bunch of different lumen level. So it starts out at 1 lumen, which is really good actually. Just enough light, like if you want to read a book or something in your tent, they got that level lumen. And then you can kick it up by hitting it. Oh, see, you hold it, and yeah, then it goes to 50, and then hold it again, it goes to 150, and then you hit it twice and it goes to the 700 turbo lumen. And it's got this cool little blue light on the side there to help you locate it. And then it's got the all the different sequences are a little complicated, so it takes a while to kind of get used to this light. But I think if you hit it, what is it, 3 times, you get a strobe. And then if you hit it 3 more times, you get an SOS signal, which is really cool. And that's what ultimately led me to like just keep this in my bug out bag, because it kind of acts as like a little emergency light. And then let's see, and I think if you hold it, yeah, and then you hold it down again, and then you have the red light there like that. So if you want to look at a map at night and you don't want to compromise your night vision, you know, you can have that red light there. And then let's see what else. There's something else about this light. Oh yeah, and then I had this charging port. So it comes, well, you can buy this separately. And what's cool about this is you charge it, basically acts as like an external battery. So you can, and there's this little lanyard, and this lanyard, actually you unplug it and it's a cell phone charger. So you can plug it into here and then plug into your cell phone and charge your cell phone from this. And then, I know there's so many different features to this light. You can put your flashlight inside of your charging station like that, put that little, that filter down over it, and then hit your light, you know, like that, and then you have a little tent light. It's like a little tent lamp. And that was the other reason why I got it. I'm like, so it's just really an all around like cool flashlight because it just has so many different features. I did not mean to go into a full advertising campaign right there. See what happened to my glasses. I don't know how long I'm going to do this live stream because my back's getting sore. Let's see here. Where are we? I just got into GMSR and ham radio about a month ago. I bought my first radio. It was Tadario H3. I'm not sure what that is. LT Outdoorsman, what is the biggest company to want to work with you? Probably EcoFlow, which I worked with. MG Monkey, greetings from Alaska. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, you're not late. It's 10:30. You can't be late to a 10:30 live stream in a bug out tent in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this live stream. My back's kind of killing me. I actually threw my back out. I throw my back out probably once every 2 years. Getting kind of it's getting a lot more often when I throw my back out. But you know, the older you get, it's just this pain in the ass of getting old. But the last time I threw my back out, and this one you know you're getting old, is when you throw your back out just just standing in one position, or you throw your back out just getting the mail. You know, that's when you know you're getting old. And so I ended up like wearing some cowboy boots because we went out to dinner with some friends, and I was like, I'm gonna wear these cowboy boots. That was a bad idea. So one night of wearing these cowboy boots, it was just enough to like throw my back out. And then the next day, you know, I have my regular shoes on and I'm just standing there and it's just like dink. And my back's been out for a good 3 weeks. And I've just been working on a ruined back. So finally I committed. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to the chiropractor. So I went to the chiropractor, I think day before yesterday or something. And I'll tell you, I'm like freaked out about chiropractors. It's just the idea of somebody jumping on my spine and popping stuff. It really freaks me out. But I went in because I just couldn't deal with the pain anymore. And this guy started out with some basic adjustments, which really helped. It was just the ones where I was kind of laying face down and he just kind of pushed down with that clicker, you know, and it put everything back because my hips were out of whack. My knee was really bad, and you know, my lower back obviously. So he did that and that straightened me out. It got my knee feeling better, which was crazy because I didn't even think that was possible. And then he got my lower back pain gone, but it got me walking straight. But the craziest thing is that it straightened me out, and it's like all of a sudden for the first time in I don't even know how long, I can tell like my digestion is finally starting to work. I kept telling my wife, I was like, I can feel my intestines, like I feel everything moving, because I think up until that point I've just been like kinked, and it's like my intestines have been kinked, and so stuff hasn't been like digesting properly. So ever since I had that adjustment, I'm like finally starting to digest my food better. So that's nice. Yeah, a little off topic here, but I ended up having to call the whole chiropractic appointment off short because right after he did those first subtle adjustments, he came in and just did this brutal back adjustment where, you know, I think I was on my back and he put his arms behind me and just fell, and I could just hear, I mean, my whole spine just cracked so bad. he did like 2 or 3 like that, got 3 really good, brutal cracks, and it hurt like hell. And I screamed, I was just like yelling, you know, because it was so intense. And then he was like, all right, you ready for the next one? And he was getting ready to do the one, you know, where they like put your knee to the side and then jump on you and just twist your spine. And I was like, I don't, I don't think so, man. I think I've had it. Can we just like take a time out? So that's where I called that appointment. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready to do that adjustment. He was just going like way too fast trying to get through the whole session so he could get to the next customer. But what he did do did help out a lot. So see what we got here. To Outdoorsman, what's your favorite piece of gear you have with you right now? Good question. I don't know. I mean, there's some gear that I didn't mention in the video. You know, what I've been using a lot, my Xpedi boots. So these are a new pair of boots I got about, I think, I want to say like 6 months ago or so. But I got them because my other boots that I was wearing weren't waterproof. And these were. They're not extremely waterproof, like I can just go through water and my feet stay dry, but they're a lot more waterproof than my other boots. But so far, these are actually a really good boot. They're super durable. And, you know, if these were the boots that I was running before, they had been trashed by now. And these are still holding up. So the soles are really strong. They're still holding up well. And nothing's really coming apart on these boots. The only downside to them is they take a while to break in because they're so stiff. But they're really comfortable boots and durable and keeping my feet dry. So I like those. The other thing is this shirt. I've been wearing this shirt a lot, and this is, I'm not sure what the brand is on this shirt, but it's kind of an outdoorsy shirt. It's really lightweight. It's got a lot of pockets, which I like. And it also has the option to put long sleeve or short sleeve on the sleeves here. So I could just zip on some long sleeves. And it's just a nice lightweight shirt that you can wear out when there's a lot of mosquitoes, but you know, when you want to protect your arms from the sun and everything. But you also want to stay cool because it's just really lightweight and breathable. So I like this shirt a lot. It says a live stream, so I'm not allowed to show guns. So I can only show you regular gear here. But yeah, that last video I did on the 1022, that was like one of the first videos I ever had demonetized because of content. So that was lame. I guess you're not allowed to say gun. I think there's like a certain amount of times they allow you to say it, but whatever. I'll tell you, if I'm ever gonna do a video like that, I'm not gonna say call it a pew pew. So I'd rather just not do a video. I mean, if I had to call a gun a pew pew, you know, to try to save grace and stay in good faith with these these people, I just wouldn't do it. So I probably won't do too many videos like that because of that reason. So it's either I take the time and I do a video, you know, on a firearm and make no money, or I don't, because I'm not going to make a video and call it a pew pew, or what else do people call it? Like all these euphemisms, like I forget the other ones, but it's just lame. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say that my favorite piece of gear is probably the Bugout flashlight. My most important piece of gear right now is probably this flashlight because it's a lot more powerful and I can see outside my tent, see if there's anything going on around me. The wind's died down quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I did add this pouch to my bug out bag recently, and it has this molly webbing on the back here, and I've actually just really I attach it to the belt from my bug out bag, and I keep all of my ammo and mags inside of this pouch. So I have spare mags for my HK, and then I have spare mags for my 1022 in here, and then I have ammo for both. So that's a cool little kit. The other thing I added, kind of giving away all the features that I just did in my video that I just finished, but I put together a little food kit for my bug out bag, and I just got these bags here. You can get a 3-pack for like $15 or less, I think. But this bag, it holds a lot of food, so I just have it packed full of snacks, and then I have I had two full freeze-dried entrees in here, but I've already gone through them. So this is pretty cool. I was surprised how much food I was able to pack in here and keep in my bug out bag. So that's pretty much that. Trying to see if there's anything interesting in here. There was one thing. Do I have any more? Oh yeah. So this is one thing that I've recently added to my menu kit, I guess, or my food kit of my bug out bag, I guess you could call it, is these bone broth packets. So I got a case of these from Costco. I think there's like 10 or 12 in a case, and the whole case is only $7. So if you guys don't know the benefits of bone broth, it's just, they're extremely good for you in terms of just boosting your immunity and keeping you healthy. And, basically it's just a packet of powder, and you dissolve it into like 2 cups of boiling water, and you drink it, or you can make like a stew from it. You get a squirrel or something, you put the squirrel meat and in there and some vegetables, and you can have yourself a really nice stew with this being kind of like the base. So or you just drink it. That's what I usually do. So it's really good. It basically tastes like beef broth with like rosemary and thyme. So it's really good, and really good for you. So I added like 3 or 4 of these packets to my food kit. And then what else? I kind of just started really going towards more of like a healthy approach to all of the food that I carry in my bug out bag, because it started to kind of dawn on me that you probably don't want to just have a bunch of junk food in your bug out bag, because if you're in a survival situation, you don't want to be eating junk food, because you're in a survival situation. It's high stress. You're out in the elements. You're exhausting a lot of calories and energy. You're not going to be wanting to consume like high sugar, high salt food. You're going to want to be drinking a lot of water and eating a lot of like nutritious stuff. So that's kind of the approach that I've taken with my bug out bag food kit, is just a healthier approach, because you're in that kind of a situation. You want to make sure that you're taking care of your body, because you're going to really be abusing it. So another thing I included in my kits are these organic omega-3 deluxe mix packs, and these basically just have like cranberries, walnuts, pepitas, I'm not sure what that is, almonds, and pecans. They also have like pumpkin seeds in here. So if you guys don't know, like the benefits to walnuts and pumpkin seeds is they prevent and basically kill and detox you from parasites. So if you're out in the wilderness and you might be exposed to like parasites, either from eating squirrels or drinking water that's not purified well enough, if you're eating a lot of this is gonna kind of help you. It's not gonna save you. You're probably still gonna get sick, but the pumpkin seeds and the walnuts are kind of like a natural remedy as far as like cleansing you of parasites. So yeah, I added some of those to the kit. Let's see here. Got any more? Oh, look at that. Michael Eversberg, 5x5. Hello from Hollywood in Southern Maryland. Oh, I was going to say Hollywood in Southern California. Didn't know there was a Hollywood in Maryland. Now I kind of want some of these. Definitely not as good as like traditional trail mix with like peanuts and M&Ms, but it's a lot healthier for you, that's for sure. I gotta open my tent here because I left my water outside. But I'll tell you what, it's so important if you guys have bug out bags, especially ones that consist of a lot of gear, you got to take it out and test the gear out. There's just no other, because until you take it out and test it out, it's really just all speculation. And I guarantee you, when you go out and you test your bug out bags, there's going to be stuff that you're going to be jettisoning from your packs for sure when you get home. And there's stuff you're going to be adding for sure too. But I will say, having this tent, and I go into it in this video that I just finished, but the video originally I was kind of just like, I was going to do a video on like the advantages and disadvantages between basically having a tent shelter versus like a tarp shelter for your shelter system. And I went back and forth on it a while. The biggest drawback, really, the only real drawback to having a tent in your bug out bag is that it just consumes a lot of real estate of your pack. It just takes up a lot of space. The weight, it really isn't that much more weight than a tarp, than like a heavy tarp with, along with all the bank line that you're going to be taking with your tarp. Because a lot of people don't think about that, because with your tarp, you have to bring bank line to set up your shelters. But yeah, I mean, it's really the only drawback is you're just taking up a lot of space. But the benefits are just kind of endless with having a tent, especially a tent like this. So you'll see in the video, but the biggest advantage is, I don't know if it's the biggest, there's a lot of advantages. One, they set up a lot faster, than having to build a shelter. So if you guys ever think that, you're going to be in a situation where, like any type of bug out situation that's going to require you, moving a lot, from location to location, you're probably not going to want to be like having to build like some extensive shelter every single day. It's just going to like wear you out. So if you had the ability to just set up a tent, this tent only take me about 5 minutes to set up, and I can take it down really easy too. But just having the ability to be in like a fully enclosed shelter like this is really nice, especially in the spring and summer months, because we just have so many mosquitoes out right now and it's hot. And so, this tent, I can lay down in here, and I just have this big mosquito netting, and it's nice because I get a lot of nice airflow. I can stay cool in here and protected from the mosquitoes. So it's really kind of like the best of both worlds. It's kind of like a lean-to shelter, tarp shelter system, and a tent, all in one. So far, I really like it. It's only about 1.5 pounds more weight versus my tarp. So pretty good compromise. But yeah, I was just getting killed with mosquitoes. I'm like, I can't stay out, like just sleep outside right now. And all the ticks. There's nothing worse than waking up and having to like pull ticks out of your body. So I got a gun in the back. You guys can see that? I guess you can. I think maybe if you hold it, that will like, the whole stream will just shut down and drones will start flying overhead. Jace Duggan, where are you? I'm in Kootenai County, North Idaho, up in the mountains. Bluefoot Homestead, good evening from the Ozarks. Good evening. TTV Bot Ot. You got a gun in the back? Yeah, I do. It's a 1022. Arturus Survival. Arturus. Good morning from Ramstein, Germany. Is that a place? I thought that was a band. Michael Eversberg, just north of California and Scotland, Maryland. Okay. Buckshot P, brand name of food bag. Coreflex. You read that? Coreflex. So, yeah, I bought 3 of these. I bought one. So one is I have all of my food in. The other one I keep all the cords and components for my solar generators and solar panels. And then the other one I think just has like miscellaneous stuff in it at the moment. But yeah, pretty good. Cool bags are just, they're nice because you can fit a lot of stuff in them and they're really lightweight. And then those other bags that I have, hold on, drop moving lights here. I have these bags I keep in my bug out bag, and these compartmentalize. One is for my fire kit slash cooking kit. So I have like my stove, matches, seasoning, utensils, stuff like that. My fire tinder, lighters, fire steels. And then with this hunting kit, or it's kind of like a food procurement kit. So I have some fish yo-yos. I have a fishing kit in here. I got a bunch of split shots, hooks, and then I have 2 cans of snares in here. So I got 10 snares total. So each one of these cans holds 5 snares. And then I also keep some calls. Like I have some turkey calls. I have a turkey call in here, a quail call, a dove. I think this actually, the quail call can kind of double as a dove and call in dove. But yeah, I got some hunting stuff. So kind of a key thing, like you guys, if bugging out is part of your, preparedness plan, I'm assuming that you have a place in mind where you're going to be bugging out to, and I would say definitely get out there and see what sort of wildlife is out there and when it is, what it's feeding on. You try going out there, calling it in, see if it's receptive to like your calls, things like that. It's just going to make it's just going to make you so much more better prepared. So this kit right here is kind of designed around that. However, the fishing stuff that's in here, it's kind of unnecessary because where I am and the bug out location that I'm at, there's not really any fish here. So I just kind of have that in there in case I end up somewhere else where there is. But there is like a little creek nearby where I can get water, but there are fish in there, believe it or not. And I didn't capture it because in this video I actually went down to extract some water, filter some water, and a little fish swam by, like probably like a 5-inch little brook trout, but we're talking like the creek is like, I mean, it looks like the creek that I was extracting water from it's like a spring. It's not even a creek. So just, we're talking like maybe 3 inches of water, and it's probably like a foot wide. And so I was sitting there getting water out, and all of a sudden I see a little fish swim by. It was like crazy. I was surprised to see that. But not enough fish to keep you alive, that's for sure. Strap the tent either on top or the bottom of the pack. So believe it or not, this tent is going inside of my bug out bag because I already keep my 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 sleeping mat on the bottom and I keep my sleeping bag on top. I could like tie the tent to the outside of the bag, but there's enough room inside of my bug out bag to put the tent in there. So I'll probably show you guys how it all fits in, but right now that's pretty much how I have my bug out bag set up with the tent, with my whole shelter system and sleep system. All right, well, let's see, how long have I been streaming? An hour. Hasn't started raining yet, unfortunately. I was really hoping we were going to get a nice rain. That would have been really cool. Live stream from the tent, from the bug out tent in a rainstorm. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can show you guys before I call it. Not really. I think I've showed you. You guys are just gonna have to wait for the video because I got a lot of cool gear, but I go into it pretty extensively on my thinking around it and everything. But I think I'm gonna call it a night and head in, get in my sleeping bag. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to sleep in this sleeping bag because it's really not that cold out. It's kind of warm out tonight. And this sleeping bag is keeping me a lot warmer than I thought it would. So I got in it, and like within like 10 minutes, I was like sweating and had to get out. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely gonna just keep this open. This tent does have the ability to like be fully enclosed in the tent, but the door that I would bring down and kind of encase this tent is up, propped up at like an awning, and that's kind of how this tent is designed. And then this opening right here, I just have a mesh net, so it protects me from mosquitoes and bugs and critters and stuff. So that's pretty much how it's set up. So I'm just going to keep this open, and then that way, I also just like having the ability to just have this big nice visual footprint here in front of me, so something starts walking around, I can just shine my light on it and defend myself. Because if you guys know anything about being in a tent, especially a small tent, and you wake up at night and you hear something walking around your tent you can't see, it's a very vulnerable situation to be in. I've been in it many times. It's just not comforting because it's like I'm just stuck in here. Like somebody could just start swinging an axe at me and there's like nothing I could do. I'm just sealed up in a bag. So it's kind of vulnerable. So it's nice to have this big opening right here. Adam Juroskak. I think I pronounced that right. Have you run into Bigfoot yet? Yeah, like 4 or 5 times. Michael Telford, what 10 is that? It is it's kind of a mouthful. It is I said it like 100 times in the video. It is the Outback Bush, no, Outback, it's like 3 B's, like Outback Bivouac Bushcraft Shelter or something, but it's made by a company called One Tigress. Homestead Healing says good night. Good night. Michael Eversberg, here in Hollywood, MD, there has been thunderstorms with heavy downpours. You guys, I'm not like, I don't suck at reading. I think like little letter, like the writing is bad. It's not me, it's the writing. I guess when you send us a chat, you can't edit it. Once it's on there, it's on there. But LT Outdoorsman, you should make a Walmart budget bug out video. Yeah. Oh, oh, my leg. Yeah, I've thought about it. There was that guy who was actually had a channel and he did a lot of those. Drop Forged. You guys are familiar with him? Drop Forged Survival. But he had a channel for years. He was really popular. I think he got up to like 500,000 subs. And that was like one of his big things was that he made a lot of Walmart survival bags. But it was sad. All of a sudden he just kind of dropped off the radar and nobody knew what happened to him. He just stopped making videos. And, I kind of like looked around. It took me a while, but there was no, notification or any, statement made by his family because he had a wife and kids. As far as like what happened, it was just like all of a sudden one day he's like making a video and the next minute it was gone. And like there was nothing, like no announcement or anything. And I guess it turned out that he got COVID. And then I don't know what happened. Who knows what happened? But he got sick because it all stopped during COVID, and then I guess he passed away. So it's sad. He had a good channel going. Michael Telford found it. Thank you very much. Welcome. Tyler Vanderville. You should make a video using your least favorite kit items, make it an overnight in the woods, and explain why even the worst can help out. Oh. Well, the thing is, these overnight videos are kind of tough because it's one thing to be like out and about and kind of putting yourself out in the wild with a minimalist amount of stuff, but it's even worse when you're really minimalizing yourself, like trying to do like a video where I'm just like at a just have a tarp. I mean, I would do one of those videos, but really the weather just hasn't been cooperating. And then in the winter, I was like really thinking about it, but I don't know if I could handle, like, honestly, just being like sleeping outside in 20 below zero weather. I know there's a lot of guys that do it on YouTube. Maybe I'll give it a shot sometime. I mean, I've slept out when it was pretty cold, but I had a pretty good sleeping bag. Not the kind of sleeping bag that you would like, that would realistically fit in a bug out bag. So I was thinking more along the lines of like doing I was thinking of doing like an elite style camp out where I take all of my best gear that I have and just really pimp out, like, a pimped out bug out trip and just see how comfortable I can get. That sounds better. But no, yeah, maybe I'll do something like that. I've thought about that. I've thought about like really start like taking my get home bag and trying to survive with that, because that has pretty minimalist style gear in there. And that would be rough. If I had to stay the night with just the gear I had in my get home bag, that would be a rough night for sure. So I was thinking about doing a video like that, but A video like that, realistically, if I'm trying to get home, that means that I'm probably in an urban environment. So that video would require me, abandoning my vehicle and like walking back roads and I don't know, probably trying to stay the night in, some type of urban environment, which it sounds cool. I mean, I'll give it a shot. We'll see. I'll probably do a video like that this year because not too many people, I don't think, or seem to be doing videos like that. I've looked around. I don't really see a lot of videos like that. Uh-oh, one light just went out. Michael Eversberg, Corporal's Corner has done a Walmart bug out bags. Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's done a few of those. Tyler Vanderbilt, great idea. Neighborhood hobbies, pumped out would make a great thumbnail. Pumped out? What does that mean? Northern, oh, pimped out. Yeah, pimped out would make a great thumbnail. It would. I'll probably do that like after this one. LT Outdoorsman, what's the meaning of your tattoos? I don't, the meaning, just bad decisions. That's pretty much the meaning. Just seemed like a really fun, cool thing to do when I was young and mentally unstable. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go on that and do another live stream. But some of the tattoos are pretty got some pretty dark stories behind them. And a lot of them are just, stupid. I was just bored and hanging out with a bunch of people who were getting tattooed. I think that's what happens if you're hanging out with like people who are getting tattooed and then you're like just trying to show each other up. And it was like 2 or 3 guys I was hanging out with. We were all getting tattooed at the same time. And they kept going. And fortunately for me, like I stopped, and they kept going. And it was like right when people were like doing their hands and their neck. And I came close to doing it. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to call it. I've gone as far as I want to go. And so you do eventually regret it. It just makes, it makes working hard because, as a painter, I got to wear long sleeves all the time. Yeah, it's a more accepting, but like some of my tattoos are like they're pretty wicked looking. So I don't really like expose them, like, especially if I'm going and I'm doing estimates and I'm trying to sell a job. It definitely doesn't help when I show up, with a tattoo of a woman with a knife through her head. So not a good selling feature. So yeah, I gotta wear long sleeves a lot. Uh, so don't get tattooed. It was fun. I won't say that it was like it was fun when I was doing it. It was cool. I had a lot of fun, and thought I was really cool and hot shit. And it did a lot for my ego. But then, you get old and that it's a phase, and then you come to and you realize that was just, one little period of my life. And now I got to live the rest of my life, with this decision. It's forever. But when you're young, you just don't really understand the concept of forever. But that's the thing I eventually when my kids get old enough and I'll try to, translate that to them is like, look, your youth is like a blip. You spend a very, very short period of your life as a young person. The rest of your life, you're an old person. And so go easy on yourself. Don't do permanent stuff. But with that said, I dodged a lot of bullets. My life, it could have been a lot worse than just tattoos. So I'm grateful for the problems I walked away with when I ended up with, for sure, because definitely could have been worse. I was doing a lot of dumb things a lot dumber than putting tattoos on my body. Somehow I'm getting little bugs in here. I think they got in here before I closed up my tent, but you can get them removed, but it's expensive. Yeah. I looked into it. Yeah, you pay a lot of money, and it doesn't really remove them. You still have. It's not what you think. You can still see the presence of a tattoo there. It's not. It's not perfect, but yeah, I don't think it's worth the money. Now, if they came up with a way to like really remove them, like 100%, I would probably, pay the money, and I'm sure eventually they will. But the other thing about tattoos, a lot of people don't realize is the ink isn't good for you. That ink is toxic, and it leaks into your body for the rest of your life too. I hear something outside. We have a lot of elk in this area and a lot of moose. There's more elk tracks outside than anything. Uh-oh, my other light went out. Woo! Now this live stream is really getting interesting. All the lights are out. This should be the thumbnail. Live from the Bugout shelter. Blair Witch Project, yeah. My daily carry is an M&P shield. But I'll probably be changing that this year, next year. It's a nice gun, it's comfortable, but it just doesn't have very good mag capacity. I don't know if you guys can see outside. You guys see that? I don't know if you could see that or not. All right. My tripod isn't doing very well. I'm trying to sit it up on my sleeping mat here. Yeah, I remember when that movie came out. That scared the heck out of me. A lot of people were like, that was the dumbest movie they'd ever seen, and it didn't scare them, but that movie freaked me out. And not because I thought it was real, it was just I think it was just the idea of like, I know that experience of like being out in the wilderness and hearing crazy stuff. I've had that experience many times, and it's scary, like being way out in the woods and you start hearing things that you're not supposed to be hearing. And there's nothing you can do because you're vulnerable, you're in a tent, it's dark, and if something was, I mean, you could shoot it, I guess, if you had a gun, but yeah. I think I'm okay here. The only thing that would really be a threat to me out here are like the moose, but it's not that time of year. Um, you know, in the fall or whatever, when the moose start getting all like going through their rut, they get pretty dangerous. But right now, they're not. Everything is just out in the mountains, um, I don't know, doing just eating. Uh, I LT Outdoorsman. I need to figure out how to bring a TV when I'm bugging out, so I can watch Tombstone in the woods. Well, just bring your phone. That's what I watch all kinds of stuff when I'm out here. Bring a little solar generator with you. That's key. I brought a solar generator out here, but it died on me. I forgot. I guess I forgot to charge it. I thought it was fully charged. I just wasn't thinking about it because I'm like, oh, it's a solar generator. All I'm going to be doing is just charging my phone. There should be more than enough power, but it died on me. So I've been relying on my like small external batteries to keep stuff going. But my phone only has like 26% battery life on it. And then that's it. Is is that why you want more mag capacity? What, for like to defend myself towards animals? Yeah. Yep. That would be it. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. The lights are all out. This just, I don't think it is a very entertaining live stream anymore. I'm just sitting up in my tent with a flashlight in my face. So, hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for the video. It'll be coming out shortly. Let me know, if you guys like live streams like this, let me know. I don't know. They just seem, I mean, you guys come out and watch them. It's funny, as I have 23. I think the most I'll ever have, ever since I started doing live streams, I think the biggest audience I've ever had, it's like the same. It's like 22, 28, something like that. Sometimes it gets to 30, but it's never really fluctuated, my audience, which is crazy since the beginning, because I've added tens of thousands of subscribers, but I have I still only get like 28 viewers for my live streams, like I did from day one. So, but I like doing them because I get to connect with my base, you know, the real people always tune in for the live streams. But I think I should probably, if I start doing them at like a normal hour, I probably get a higher attendance. But I always like to, for some reason, I only do live streams when I feel like doing it, and I always get the urge to do them in the middle of the night. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I know I should announce it earlier, but I have ADHD, and a huge side effect of having ADHD is like you don't like to plan anything. I hate planning things. It's like everything, it takes the creativity out of it. Makes me not want to do it. Because I have to start thinking about it, and then I start analyzing it, and then it just didn't come out good. But anyways, what is this? I'll read one more here, and then I'm going to call it. Scott. Yeah, 1 a.m. here in Iowa. Iowa. Go to bed. I thought I was staying up late. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it. If anything crazy happens, well, I'll document it and I'll put it in the video. But keep an eye out for the video. And hopefully you enjoyed this live stream. Yeah. And with that said, until the next time, stay prepared.